Okay, now I'm prepping my turkey. I've got my pan here, my roasting pan with the rack in it. I like to use the cooking bag. Now, again, you don't have to. I prefer to use them because I'm sure that I'm going to have a moist bird. Now, I'm washing it. You really want to wash it really good and trim off any excess fat, which is what I'm doing. There's a lot of fat on it. I don't know about you, but I look forward to this all year. This is the only time I pick turkey, so it's a really, really big deal. Any excess fat, you want to trim. You don't need it. All excess fat. Trim it off. Now, I must say, when I bought this, I thought it was a whole bird. It looked like a whole bird, but I've come to find out that it's the breast only. So, it's still okay, because that's the only part I like. So it's almost as if it was intentional, but it wasn't. Okay, so you want your water when you're washing, you want it to be cool, not cold, but cool, like tap. So the only thing you're doing at this point is getting off any excess, any imperfections. You take all that off. Clean it really good. Okay. I think it's ready. Now, I prefer my breast to be down because what will happen is, as the bird cooks, it will have an opportunity, it will have its own juice, and the breast will have an opportunity to stay moist. Okay, as I said, I do like to clean as I go so that I don't have as much of a mess towards the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is season it. I'm going to season the bird, give it some oil. So now I've got some butter here. I was going to use it. I think I still will. Let's see here. I'm going to take this stick and you want to massage the bird. And then you take the difference and you just stick it inside. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let me adjust this so you can see. There it is. Okay. Okay. I've been putting some butter on the bird. as I said, when I'm in the kitchen, I use a lot of water. So, now the birds, when they come, they generally will have a neck, the turkey neck, inside one end, and the giblets in a bag, like this, and another. Now you have the option. You can use that or not. I personally prefer not. Again, that is an option. That's a choice that you have. Let's see here. I'm currently just grabbing up some seasonings that I want to put on the turkey. You know, I kind of find that today's cooking requires more seasoning because I could speculate on my theory as to why everything tastes so synthetic, and for that reason we have a higher heightened sense of taste, and so therefore you have to add more seasonings to get the same effect. So what I've got here is it's like chicken. It's the chicken base. It's what you use to make a chicken broth or seasoning. I use it to do quite a few things. Anything that's chicken or any kind of poultry, I'll use it. Now you can be a little heavy-handed with these spices. It's okay. It's okay. Because keep in mind, these spices have to go a long way. Now, I haven't put any salt in there yet. I put parsley, onion powder, paprika, and some chicken flavor bouillon. I've got the butter, the stick of butter. And let's see. I'm also going to put some garlic powder. Not a lot. Just a little. I would say maybe a teaspoon. Now again, that's my preference. That's my preference. I don't like a lot of garlic. I know I've been told. Now this is white pepper. I find white pepper to be a little hotter than black pepper. But I like it because when you're cooking, you don't see it. In other words, when you're making things that are light, you put this on it, you get the same effect as if it were black. Now, does that mean I'm not going to use the black? No. But the point is, you have a choice to use the white pepper on a white bird. So, I got my salt here. I'm going to put some of this kosher salt inside. Now, it seems like a lot, but it's not, because it has to do a lot. So that's not a lot. Okay, now I've got over here my noodles that I'm cooking, and they're not ready yet. I've got them on low. I don't have them on high, so it's okay. Okay, so that's it. At this point, I'm going to tie this up. Tie the end up. And what I'll do is I will take and stick a couple holes so that it has ventilation. You don't want the bag to bust because you didn't stick a couple holes in it. Let's see. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, and you might say, well, you didn't put any liquid put in there. You don't have to, because when this bird cooks, it's going to have liquid already, so you're good. I didn't put any celery or onions in there, but I did put onion powder. Now keep in mind, I am going to have dressing / stuffing. It's not stuffing, it's dressing. And also, I'll have gravy. So this is fine. Don't panic. Okay, so now this is going to go in the oven. As I stated, I've got my pies in there. This is going to go in the oven on 325. Now, I'm going to have to look. Ooh, those pies smell. They smell delicious, I must say so myself. And that's one of the reasons why you want to cook on Thanksgiving. Because you want to have that smell in your house. You don't have it if you don't cook. What I'm doing now is lower my rack in my oven. Okay, so that's going to be on the bottom. I want to show you these pies so you can see how they look. Now, they're not done. I just want you to see. See that? They smell delicious. They're going back in the oven because they're not ready. Okay. Now, the turkey's in. Now, what I do when I'm cooking, especially a meal like this, I do a meal plan. I just write on a clipboard, a sheet of paper, what I'm going to cook. And that way, I can stay on track, get everything done. And as I get it done, I check it off my list. So now what I have on here is turkey dressing. I got cranberry sauce, but I'm not making homemade cranberry sauce. I have some right out of the can. I put it in the refrigerator so that it gets cold. I have it here. I'm not real funny when it comes to this, as long as it's the whole berries. That's my only criteria, that it has the whole berries and not that gel. So I put it in the refrigerator so that it'll get nice and cold. Okay, and as I said, turkey dressing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna steam some cabbage with some sausage and dinner rolls and maybe some Mexicorn. That's basically corn on the cob with some red peppers and onions cooked together. That's something really quick. But that's basically the menu. And also, if you recall, I started with the cheesecake. Now, what I'm going to do with that cheesecake, I have it in my refrigerator. It's been wrapped. It's sealed up tight. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to drizzle some white chocolate on it with some fresh blueberries. And, of course, I've got the sweet potato pie. So now that's my menu. So now, I am, at this point, getting ready to do, oh goodness, I don't ever recall being this unorganized. I think my head is in a bunch of places. Right now I'm going to do the macaroni and cheese, and then after that I'm going to do the dressing. Macaroni and cheese is like dressing. It's kind of tricky. So what I'm going to do now is, because the noodles are almost ready, and I want to be ready for them when they're ready. So, now some people buy only shredded cheese, and that's how they do it. I prefer to do chunks. I like chunks of cheese. As I stated before, when I cook, I like chunky stuff. Same way with my dressing, like chunks. So that's how I cook. Now again, that's my choice. When you make macaroni and cheese, you can do shredded. That's your choice. This is how I like to do it. again, the whole point of all this is that you have choices. There is no set way to do any of it. It's about you being pleased with what you do, and I used to always say you can tell when a person loves what they cooked. You can tell a person who loves what they prepared and that there is some love in it. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm going to take this cheese and I'm going to cut it in some cubes. Okay. It's not difficult. I've got, I think, maybe 4 kinds of cheese over here. I've got checking on these noodles. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm spooning them, and again, this is not something I can look at and know. I'm no different than you. I check it. Okay. Some would say that's al dente, and if you're not sure what that means they're still a little hard. Now, a lot of people like that, and when you're talking about something like this that's got to go in the oven anyway, this is perfect. In other words, it's still going to cook a little bit, and that's okay. So this comes off the fire, and I'm going to strain it. And right now, I'm getting, as I said, I'm going to get my cheese ready. And that is 1 box of noodles. What did I do with that box? I must have threw it away. Let's see. Here it is. See, that's a 16-ounce box. 16-ounce box of elbow noodles. And let's see here. That's now this is the only block that I have. I have some Cheez Whiz. You know, when I went to the grocery store the other day, do you know cheese? They're insane. The prices of cheese right now is crazy. That Velveeta was like $9 a box. I said, not today. So, okay, that's my cheese. I had let me see here. In my face. All right. Let's see. So basically, I've got sour cream. I've got sour cream. I've got some, this is what was on sale. I've got some mozzarella, it's called Four State Cheddar, but it's cheddar cheese. And this is just a leftover bag of mozzarella. I'm going to use that first. And I've got some heavy cream. I'm going to use that to make my base. I've got my eggs right here. And I've got a little flour. And I've got this Velveeta. Because as you know, good macaroni and cheese is cheesy. And that's the goal here. To be cheesy. Now what I'll do with this is, I'm probably going to put it on top. Use it as a topper. Now as I've said before, cheese, macaroni and cheese, to me, it doesn't always come out the same. Because I'm always doing something different. I don't stick with one recipe. I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. And you might say, well, why do I keep experimenting? Because I'm bored. Always want to try something different. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got a stick of butter in here that's melted. I'm going to, where's my whip? I'm going to rinse these noodles off real quick. this is my dish that I'm going to use. Pyrex dish. It's an 8x8, but it's a little deep, as you can see. So I'm not making any more than that. If I have more noodles than that, which I'm pretty sure I do, I won't use them. I'll probably put them in a bag. Okay. I need salt. Where's my salt? Salt. Pepper. Let's see here. So basically right now, you know, no matter how many of these I buy, after about, I don't know, I have them for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then I lose my handle, my wire whips. The handles just don't hold on. I don't know. I know I'm a little rough. But I bought this one the other day because it was pretty. Lesson. Pretty does not always mean good. And that's in everything. This is too flimsy. I can probably use it in, I don't know. I used it the other day and I wasn't pleased. So I'm going to have to go back to my old standard and use what works. These I know work. That's why they don't have a handle on them. Yeah, this is a lot of noodles. I'm not going to need all these. Now, a lot of people, they take and mix everything together, put it in the oven. And again, that's certainly an option. That is an option. There's my bowl. I don't know how I got so unorganized. I think what my issue today is I did too much all week, so I'm a little disoriented. It's another reason why I got to. Now, this is the same pot I cooked these noodles in. I'm going to use this pot and make my sauce in. Yeah. So what I'll do, because this is a good pot, but it will stick. So because of that, I'm going to spray it. Because I'm getting ready to put a dairy product in it. And dairy doesn't need any excuse to stick. It just sticks up anyway. So because that's not what I want, I'm going to... Okay, as I mentioned, I've got my stick of butter. I'm going to put it in this pot. And let's see. Now the butter, as you know, is warm. So that's a quarter. Can't see. Okay. This is a quarter cup of flour. And I'm going to take some salt, kosher salt, some pepper. You know, I'm always looking for a sale. So this was on sale and I bought it. So I'm just, this is just flour. Salt, pepper. Now, I'm going to see that? Okay. That's it. So now I'm going to put it on the fire. It's going to thicken up real quick. And then I'm just going to add my cheese. Now, as I mentioned the other day, sour cream, you put that in last. So, what I'll be doing is, I'll take, I'm going to take my heavy cream, and probably load this canned milk. Okay. This doesn't take long at all, because I didn't put any liquid in here. It's just the butter and flour. Jesus, when did I get so scatterbrained. Some might say, you've always been scatterbrained. Oh, yeah, this still might be too many noodles, but that's okay. I'm only rinsing them right now. Okay. Gonna put a little more flour in here. As I said, this is a thickening. That's why it's called a roux. It's a thickener. It with the eggs will be what is called a binder. It's what will make the macaroni and cheese nice and gooey. Okay, I'm gonna add a cup of heavy cream, some canned milk. You don't need a lot because this cheese is going to melt and it'll be all liquid and you'll be thinking, oh my God, it's too runny. No, it's okay. These are just my eggs. Ooh. Where's my spatula? See, the only thing I did was I put my egg in there, and see that? It's like a sauce. Exactly like a sauce. See? So, what happens now is I add all this cheese. Some Parmesan. Now, you know, Parmesan on its own is a little salty. Now, I like a little chicken in my macaroni and cheese. Okay. Now, as you can see, I'm putting in these chunks of cheese. Yeah, I mean, because basically macaroni and cheese, all it is cheese and noodles. So, it's like, how can you go wrong? You can't. And maybe that's why it is like, it's on everybody's menu. Everybody loves macaroni and cheese. They eat it as a main dish. It is considered a main dish. So... I've got to put this on the stove and let this come together. Yeah, I like a little cheese chunks in my, so I'm putting it on the stove. Also, because you never know about cheese, if my cheese doesn't look yellow enough, I'll add some mustard. Right now is I'm melting the cheese. So that's going to take a minute. And again, you got to watch that because it's dairy and it will stick real easy. I'm putting some more mozzarella in here. And you might say, my goodness, how am I supposed to know what the instructions are when you just throwing stuff in there? Well, you're going to know. because I'm going to help you with that. And I'm putting a tablespoon of sugar because cheese is very salty on its own. Heavy cream. Where's this milk? And again, you know, macaroni and cheese is something because when you put it together, everything's basically cooked. So when you're putting it in the oven, it's so that everything can kind of settle. You let it brown on the top, and then you take it out and you let it sit before you try to eat it. Let it set, get firm, sort of like that cheesecake. Everything's looking good. It's coming along. It's just, it's coming along. So the only thing I have to still add is the sour cream, as I mentioned. That's last. So right now I've got, it's 2 eggs whipped up, and I put a lot of cheese, but you don't have to. Maybe you only want cheddar.